I know God is the prevail on this. Pastor Shirley Knox steered. I thank God for giving me my way to be able to see how life goes in this particular memorabilia. And I ask God to help me to release what is supposed to be released. I got a question. I'm going to use this as Real Talk White Rose edition. When you are dating a black man is full of slavery. He's full of settlement life. He's full of natural life. And people don't understand that. They want to see what a black man does and some other derogatory names that people say. But it wasn't the mixed team that was saying that. I look at the book T.D. Jakes that came up with. He was talking about his drug dealing. And he said he never seen so many mixed women get tied up into the wrong things. And if you want to pick up the book, it is T.D. Jakes' How to Be a Man. I can public speak on it for 10,000. Call me at 702-517-9105 if you would like to lay a price upon your heart for me to public speak about this. Contact me at shirleynox40@gmail.com. That is SHIRLEYKNOX40@gmail.com, because I got a lot of play odds to be able to extract what your provision on. I know that there was one black game the black girl was playing, which was called Girlfriend Setup. And basically what the male would do, because he agreed to it, he would date a mixed girl to get all of her attributes from her. And then when they come back together, it'll probably be at the most 2 years. He'll break off with the mixed girl and he have all this stuff from her. And I want mixed and my culture type of people to receive a settlement, because it happened again, y'all. I didn't get my church check. I'm not going to worry about it. He put Lisa Ray Nasty behind up there. On Real Talk, you tell the truth, because I'm going through some psychology. My husband passed away. They put handcuffs on his back, and they shot him on the back of his head, and I don't know why I haven't used it yet. I will be using SCAR, which is a Secret Service Metellix Center. He made it to momentum on his course of PhD. He was a PhD 3, started off in mathematics. He went into English. He got him a certificate in speaking English as a second language. Come to find out that was his brother. And God said, when your husband starts talking like a person, you heard that word, machip. And the other has disrespected the team of mixed again. They got all our husbands sitting over there. And I'm praying for drug sales, because this is your measurement. I'm praying for prostitution. This is your measurement. I'm praying for foodless events. When you're fasting, you can drink smoothies. You can drink juice. You can drink water. You can make smoothies in a blender with just some ice, with your type of fruits and vegetables, or fruits or vegetables. But it's good to put fruits and vegetables together, because you get a daily value of it. On page 23, it reads, I have never had sex with a white woman. I see how she is more protected and kept in drug dealing. When she wants the mixed girl to go out there, she waits until she does something and is emancipated as in the black man world wrong. In all of the events, we realize that there's a momentum about white women that they don't understand either. But I put in parentheses that white women on this team has got first 80 billion a piece, and we had enough, we was properly prepared. And it got 80 billion times 600. This has never happened in no one else's acting career, performer, singer. And then now the black girl come behind her, we realize that the white woman has black children with the black man. This is not no phenomenal birthing, a birthing that is caused to be in a bellum and the shakings of the esteem. And we want a release from you. We are looking at how you're trying to enslave us again, and we've been through the whole program. They said we was new, and a lot of new people had been gusted and was starting to think that we was new. And God had gave us a remnant. She sat around enough to know all our codes and spirituality, and there's a lot of people has played around in church that they would rather accept than the ones that you want to kill. And then you want to take them back to the black man and file it because they have a specular personal system that needs to be checked. Because all my information is on there. My husband is spectacle to me. He never had anything to do with body tap from HIPAA 22. God gave me a reason to be intact about everything that is happening in his life. And I know that you don't have no confinement, but I thank God for giving me something that is more prevalent to a mixed woman with the black man. For all of the systems that they have ever seen, my testimony is I was at the hotel, just in case some of you women are involved in this particular scenario, and some may go because it's not that way anymore. When a black man is secure, he'll take your money and he'll use it because he wants to save up for that big mighty white day. And the black girl sits around and wait for him to give her money until they get settled out. And when they get their settlements, it's because they have reaped slavery in the community. I know we haven't done anything to you. We don't want you sitting around us either. That was the first message. The mixed woman is strongest in this world, even if he or she is being judged of being mixed, because there's a lot of foreign people that cannot express themselves because they have worked and things has passed through for them. And I stay prayerful and I keep deep rooted prayer and meditation that nobody asks me to do anything that is culture like, because I am a YouTube star. I spoke that into existence. I'm going to continue to keep myself prevailing as at least I touch one. And God said, touch the hem of your garment. You realize that there is nothing prophetic about these things. And the Lord going to give us what we need in order for ourselves to get the documentation that's on a better rent note. And people want to be able to see how insecure you are when you are a black woman and you go and secure a mixed woman for prostitution. And we ain't never slept with your husband. We don't know nothing about your personal story. I was in that situation too before when I was being called lascivious names. And it's from the devil, from your demon. And God has given you your relaxation on how to be able to be a culture to your teaching. You realize that black faces is not what it is that's supposed to be cultured in you. It what keeps you going on. And you realize that God has given you a preface about every mannerism that has been held. Even from Harris Potter, T.D. Jakes, he said, don't date a black man, mixed women. He said that all the time because they are the ones end up getting kicked out on the street, just like I was. How did he have enough intelligence surrounding him to go in to get my code to my phone? Didn't nobody else have my code, not code to my phone. And when he got into my phone, I realized that my friend is in that phone from work. And he owns a studio, and I want to go sing some gospel. And I told him that. And it wasn't the fact that folks is trying to set you up, they're trying to take your life. And I thank God for giving us reasons to know that the black man is untouchable with the things he has ever done, just like the white man. And they are in cahoots with each other in a California courthouse game. We realize that there is a form of force of reality that happens, that we don't want you to sit up on our cathedral anymore. You did it already. And I'm releasing you to your white masses because God has those things that remnant of love. And when you go, you see, you touch, you taste, and you smell, you got the love of a mixed woman. You got the life of a mixed woman. You got the living of a mixed woman. You got the giving of a mixed woman. And you have to cater to her because it's not the fact that she's using you to get something of retrieval for what she has been through, but that's what you're supposed to do. Pointing at yourself, you're supposed to be taking care of me. Regardless if you think the next woman off the streets is more attractive, regardless if you think that the next woman has more money than you have to realize that your balances is to go get some job training. Put that on there as a certificate and say you got a certificate in this job. Go get a certificate in realty. I want you to be able to make it with me. I have an idea in realty to be able to be a circumference about these things. Go and get you an associate's in psychology or a computer. You can finish this. We can open up our own counseling station. So when there is something that is opposed to this reason, I'm get off the subject, you realize that a black man is not someone that a mixed woman needs to be attired to, because it always happens that way. Every last ending. And we're thanking you so much for not hustling off of us over sick first time. When you realize that there is a foreign force reality, no one should be speaking about these things because it wreaks hatred. It wreaks jealousy. It wreaks non-profitable things. And when you get the measurement from it, you realize that this comes from your black woman that teaches her children how to be unhabitated, how to be unriveted, how to be unright. And then when you look at your English art certificate, you realize that you got what England asks. And it's not about any drawings. I'm doing Golden Child only because that's the real reason why I could come up with a whole bunch of artifacts. And I thank you, Lord God, that that did was approved before somebody messed it up in one picture frame and fell. So it's like dominoes. And I said, Lord, help us all to be able to see that these things too should come to pass. How folks don't want you to have nothing. Just like that movie Lag of Lives, everything had disappeared. And I said, you don't want my career here because you are meddling in someone else's black life. And then when you realize that you don't have no forum, I'm talking to one of my ex-husbands, you have a right to come and ask me to pay for your clothing. This is a church. I have to keep myself well prepared because I have to take any job. And then I got to pay off my credit, which I got some help with that. I said, you don't know what it feels like for me to call every creditor either to see if I can get a settlement amount except for my car. So I said, now that's something I could do. And then I'm not going to wait until there is a figure to be found. I realized that God said, just cut it off right there. My name is Pastor Shoreline Spirit. I'm on First Talk. I thank you, Lord God, for loving me and being there, giving me time to be able to see that God is a proclamation. If you have a comment about what I had said in these thesis, please leave it in the comment area and I will read it later on below.